That's cool. Or if my bottom end is about to blow up. But I keep hearing a weird tinging. Good morning. We're on the bike today. Currently it is about 9:45, I believe, and a brisk 65 degrees in Ohio. Finally started to cool off a little bit in Ohio, and this is all coming back after Ed and I did the MABDR trip, and then my wife and I went up to Milwaukee for the homecoming trip, and then I came home and tore apart the DR, put it in low suspension mode, put new tires on it. So it feels like a completely different bike, and I feel like I have to completely relearn how to ride this thing all over again. But today, Ed and I and my friend Jesse behind us are heading down to Jesse Owens State Park. This is in southeast Ohio. It's outside like McConnellville and stuff. It's a great little area I've gone down and ridden before. And we're going down because I actually made a route based off of some previous trips I've taken down here, and I called it Jesse's Back Door. Because technically we're going in a back way and around Jesse Owens Park. So it's kind of like the back door. It's not the main paved way in. Thought it was kind of funny play on words. There's Jesse. So yeah, I think this was something around a 100-mile loop, but just to get out here so far we were at about 47 miles. So we took a lot of back roads out here. Ed lives out this way, so we met up with him at his house and started from there as well. But just to get to the start of this place, I think it's somewhere around, I don't know, 55 miles for us. Technically, Ed and Jesse have both done a portion of it. They went without me a while back, and they said there's a few spots that I might have to adjust the GPX track, so I want to see it all firsthand, do it myself. I'll probably release the GPX routes on my Discord and maybe some of the local Ohio Facebook pages for them to experience. So this is what the bike looks like now in low position. New tires. It's a pretty noticeable difference. We're got the Tusk D Sport in the front again. That's my third one technically, the second one I've mounted and balanced and all. And then I'm running the Waypoint on the rear, Tusk Waypoint. This is the first time I'm trying one of these. I had the D Sport on the back when I first bought the bike, and I ran it for about 1,000 miles, and then I ran a cheap Shinko. And the Shinko got me through the BDR and only like probably 2,000, 3,000 miles. So I'm curious to see how this one does. Other than that, what else did I change? Oh yeah, I got the new sprocket and chain on. So it's a 43 rear and a 14 up front now. Shorten the kickstand. Gosh, I can't remember everything else I did. There's some tomfoolery going on around here. That guy just got pulled over by the Stady. No! Okay. That is hilarious. Right at the start of the route, road closure. Well, we're already off route, so we'll see how this goes. Wouldn't be an adventure if there weren't any detours. So we basically decided that we're going to do this one small section going down to McConnellville, and then we're going to look for maybe a diner or something to get some food. We don't really have any real time deadline or place to be, so should be a pretty laid back day. We're technically still in the detour, behind a truck towing a side-by-side, but we found gravel, plenty of gravel down here. Still kind of getting used to riding the DR. Came back from that MABDR trip and felt solid as a rock on this thing, and then did 1,000 miles on the Pan America Got me all discombobulated. Probably get used to the bike ride about the time that we finish this route. I've never been on this section though. It's pretty. Of course, this whole area is scattered with these gravel roads down here. There's just so many options. That's why I love coming down here. I will say I can already tell the gearing is much more compliant, I would say, than the previous. I actually found out I already had a 14 front tooth, which was really surprising because I thought it was so like over geared for what I was trying to do on the MABDR. So when I found that out, I was kind of happy that I went up a tooth in the rear to drop it down even lower. And I can say right now I'm enjoying it. Now granted, this isn't any like slow speed stuff. I'm doing, you know, 30 miles an hour, but we'll find some slow speed stuff, see how controllable it is in first gear. I don't do that stuff in Ohio nearly as much as we did on the MABDR, so it might be a little overkill. But you never know. I'd rather be a little overgeared, I guess, than not having the option. I'm not exactly taking this thing out, crushing highways on it, you know. Dude, I love this back tire already. Compared to the Shenandoah, I mean, the Shenandoah was a 50-50, but I got it because it was more street oriented. This waypoint, I can already tell I'm barely on the throttle and it's like hooking up so much better. On hills like this with the Shenandoah, I'd be spinning it. I could tell too, but it was pretty controllable, so it was kind of fun. Oh, we got a farm truck. It's so funny, after the gravel on the MABDR, this is just cakewalk, and this used to be challenging stuff for me. That the gravel down there just was like I said, I think in the video, just a step above sand. So far, this little stretch has been a beautiful little section, and then I just hit a bunch of sand there. This is quite the descent. Yeah. I feel like we're getting somewhere now. Official 2-track, wow. Oh, paved road. That didn't last long. Shucks. Wow, that is a beautiful house. Oh, rolling down 78 into McConnellville. See if we can find ourselves some early lunch. I technically have the right of way. Oh. This is the weirdest intersection I've ever seen. Let's break this down. Traffic goes through, but then if you want to turn left, you have to stop. But then traffic going across also stops. This might be the dumbest intersection I've ever seen in my life. Cool statue though. You weren't kidding about this being the dumbest intersection.
Yeah, and nothing like having a cop watching you.
No, it's like if you want to make a left, you have to stop in the middle of it.
Yeah, stop signs. And if you're going this way, it's stop sign, stop sign.
Yeah, look at that.
Big fail.
Up to the Bluebell Diner.
Middle-aged white dudes coming up and asking you questions about motorcycles.
Ed got a cookie.
I might have gone overboard.
That's going in a video, I know.
Did not eat all that. I ate most of it, not all of it. Alright, let's get back out there. Here's the airport. Little runway right there. Scared the shit out of that deer. Wow, this is some rough pavement. Talk about an abandoned road. Wow. Pretty. I like this. I'll stop here. You got it. Just lean it all the way over.
That's when my leg does this fucking stretch.
Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Ed's fighting his kickstand. I still need to shorten it. So evidently up here they were telling me is the spot where my route goes to the left, but the road goes to the right. Which that's not my error, that's I guess Garmin's error, because that's where I kind of let it auto-populate on the map. But it's hard to say how old did Garmin mapped out this area, you know, because this is a public road, but it's also, I think, like a state park road. But you can see the other road down there. I think I've been on that one once before in the past, but I've never been on this one. This is pretty little views though. Yeah, it goes way out there. Wow. That is funny. Yeah, that doesn't even exist. This is super pretty. Wow. Ooh, I see the bucket. Ginormous. Gotta stop and get a picture every time. If you're not too familiar with Jesse Owens State Park, there's tons of free camping around here. This is probably the closest we have to anything of like BLM land, but it's still pretty controlled, pretty regulated. You can come out here, fish, hike. There's a horse campground, lots of camping. I think there's a section of this area where you can actually camp up to like 15 feet off the road, but you can't really go deep into the woods. I think there's also, don't quote me on this, but I can't remember if it's like down south where there's backpacking trails and you can camp in designated spots along the trail as well. I can't remember if that's out here also, but could be. Pretty lake you can take a boat out on. Campgrounds all along the lake right there. It's a cool spot. Stayed there a couple of times. And then there's the other campground over there. There are people fishing everywhere today. It's a good day for it. Oh, that's where they're building the new RV park and everything. Wow. I remember them talking about they were going to build an actual campground for RVs and campers to come. I've always wanted to get down on that track, but all the gates are closed. Back in these woods somewhere, I keep seeing it on the maps. It looks like an old like dam or levee with warehouse buildings and everything, and I think they're all torn down based on satellite views. But it's like the whole area is covered in concrete and everything else, and looks like a big washout now. It would be really cool to get back in there somehow. Yeah, that's one of the gates right there. It's old. Well, I don't want to trespass either, because I'm pretty sure that would be a big no-no since it's state-owned land. Finally back on some gravel. That was quite a bit of pavement, to be honest. None of this is particularly like hard. It's just gravel. So I guess it really just depends on skill level and what kind of tires you're on. I mean, you could probably do this route on regular street tires if you really wanted to. Some loose gravel there. I love how I'm talking about doing on street tires, and then we just hit like a little hill climb. Probably don't want to do that on street tires. That's the third deer today. My GPS wanted me to take a left, but I couldn't because there's a gate, and it looked like it had been closed for a long time. So we're gonna see if this road takes me back up to the route. If not, I'll have to do some rerouting on the fly here. I just spent like 10 minutes trying to see if I could edit my route, and of course, like I said before in the past, Garmin f***ed me with this Explorer app, so now it doesn't even look like I can go in and edit my tracks on my phone on the fly. I literally have to go home. Alright, well, my battery decided to die after my rant, but this is basically the memorial right here. The USS Shenandoah wreckage site. What does this say? September 4th, 1923, it made its maiden flight. Huh. Alright, threw a new battery in, and we are headed to the gas station now. Yeah, I think I only took like a gallon and a half, but I won't have to refill until I get home probably.
Right.
Checking out my chain slack there. Trying to figure out what this little metal tinging sound is. I wonder if it's... Man, it sounds stable. I don't know if it's the little bolts down here on the skid plate or what. Or if my bottom end is about to blow up. But I keep hearing a weird tinging. And I thought it was the outside of the chain here because it's showing wear, but it's just from the guide catching here and there. And their bikes show the same thing. So, I don't know what it is. It's a weird metal tinging I keep hearing. Alright, let's get back on the trail. We've got a couple more hours to go, I think. Holy cow, that's a big old truck coming down this road. Wow. Looks like a quarry back in there. Oh yeah, there's a little quarry. I think Ed drifted pretty far back because of the amount of dust on the road. I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't know what that metal tinging sound is. I don't hear it right now, but I hear it back when I was doing like 55. If I shift into 5th, kind of get to a low RPM, it's like I hear it ting 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 ting. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if there's something jangling around underneath my tank or what. I'm not sure why, but there was a sign back there that said access road. Pipeline construction ahead. Prepare to be stopped. Whoa. That's cool. Wow. Should have asked if we could ride up that. That's probably the most exciting thing that's happened on this route so far. Oh. Apparently there's a stop sign there that was behind the trees. Dude, what are with these stop signs? They're like behind the bushes. Look at that stop sign all the way back behind the bushes. Don't make a lick of sense. Looks like more dust. Sorry, Ed. It is very dusty out here. Oh, they're doing something else out there. Man, there's all kinds of construction going on out in this place. Oil field, huh? Alright, this is the only fire tower around here, I believe. Fortunately, you can't really get up into the top because the door's locked, but you can go up the stairs if you want. I've done it a couple times. And then they got a cool little cabin over there. It's built by the Boy Scouts that you can hang out in and, I don't know, have a picnic.
We get up on there, we'll see.
Alright, well that is basically the end of the route. I don't know how to feel about it. How do you feel about this route, Jesse?
It's still a good day.
It's okay. It was dusty. No, it was pretty, I don't know, coming off the MABDR, it's almost lackluster in a way. But I also think the other routes I made are better than this one. This one might have to go back on the chopping block. Yeah, there are a lot of good roads down here. It's far for what it is. All right. Ed's going to take us to ice cream, and that's how we're going to close out our day. And then it's another 40 mile, what is it? Yeah, like a 40 or 30 mile drive home. Let's go get ice cream. So cool thing about Jesse's Africa Twin is it's a DCT. And he's ridden that thing everywhere from what I understand. He did the MABDR, I believe, with it. He's done multiple routes with us on it. Does tons of trips. Has done all types of ADV training, I'm pretty sure, on it. He's got a cool little Instagram of him sharing pictures of his bike going around camping and stuff. I think he just started a YouTube channel just to kind of, you know, capture the memory of trips. I'll try to link that maybe in the description. He might have a video or two up, I think. Go over and bully him to make more ASMR riding videos. I think I watched one of them. I don't want to sound like a bad friend, but here's Blue Rock State Park. Looks like a happening place. Ice cream.
Oh, the warm nuts.
I got a strawberry milkshake. Oh my God. It sounds so good. I love it.